It's Torrell. Just Torrell. It's been a hot minute since we chopped it up. I think the last time we did was after my first fight, and that was back in January, and it's November now. Remember, about 25 videos ago, in my I gave up everything video, I said this: I'm living here for like 8 months. I ain't fucking going back, bro. So, I know staying out here wasn't going to be easy, as I had no idea how or what I was going to do. I just know that I wasn't going back. But holy fucking shit, what a year this has been. Crazy fights, amazing characters, unique experiences, falling off my fucking bike. And that's only touching the surface of the antics out here in Thailand. So today, I just want to sit down and chop it up with you, man. Answer some questions you man passed me on Instagram, the Discord, and in YouTube. You see, I wanted to do this video in a dope mountain in Koh Phangan called Bottle Beach. But believe it or not, it's rainy season right now, so the weather is dumb unpredictable. So I don't want to go up to the mountain, get stuck, and potentially die. So instead, I'm gonna take you to 3 of my favorite weed spots here on the island. Each spot has played an important role in my journey, both here, in real life, and for my channel. And we're finna start with the OG, triple OG, Castaweed. Let's get it. What is this? Cuz? Shit. Camera my face, boy. Fun fact, this channel didn't start off as a Muay Thai channel. Actually, it started off as a weed channel. I wanted to make all types of weed related content, and around that time I stumbled upon this secret weed shop, Castaweed, and I met my first friend here in Thailand. Share. Ah, nigga. He let me film my first video here, the weed one, but it got age restricted. So I was like, fuck that, I got to pivot. But Shira and I spent a lot of time together, and he made me feel really welcome here. Man even designed my first bamboo tattoo for me. Anyways, let's roll a J and answer some questions. Okay, what are the 3 biggest culture shocks when moving here to Thailand from the UK? I'd definitely say one of them is hierarchy, and the way in which hierarchy is enforced here. Age is super important. Age is pretty much like, if someone's above you in terms of age, then you have to show them respect no matter what, you know. And from my perspective, it's different, you know, because in the UK it's more in a sense of your character, like who you are and shit, you know what I'm saying? So regardless of whether you're older or not, if you're, you know, older and you're a dickhead, then family, you're a dickhead, you know what I'm saying? Like, so here it's very different. I definitely have been checked a couple times here. Not really in like trying to be overtly disrespectful, but like whilst not being polite to elders, I get checked and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So second thing that I say definitely is a sense of community here though. Yo, back in the UK, I left because I didn't really feel seen and not appreciated and shit. And here is the damn, bro. Here is the complete opposite, bro. Like, I feel so integrated within the community, you know, like say the YouTube channel that I'm building, and all this stuff that I'm doing here for you guys, it really affects the scene here, you know. It affects the gym. Gym's grown a lot. I've seen loads of people come in from the videos and have great fights, and you know, I feel like me being here has had an impact, you know, and I didn't feel like that back home. No matter how much money I was making, no matter what projects I was on, I still didn't really feel like seen or people gave a fuck. And the last thing, obviously, weed being legal, yo. There's only one country that I've been to where it is legal, and that's the Netherlands. And yeah, like it's different, very different. Like obviously it's weed, so it's the same, but like it's different in terms of like the culture. Like when I came to Thailand, it felt like weed has been in the culture for a long time before, you know. Like there were different kinds of weed and different ways that they roll it, and the Thai outdoor grown and the Thai stick and shit like that, you know. And the way that they roll weed is so different. They like have a chopping board and they freaking chop it up and shit. It's pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, those 2 things. Okay, so second question. What is the hardest part about living and training here in Thailand? Yo, 100%, yeah, 100%. The recovery process here in Thailand. Oh my god, it's definitely the hardest thing. Back home, you get a little cut, a little scrape, who gives a fuck, you know, nobody cares. But here, if you get anything that's open, yo, it is so easy to get infected. I don't know, some of you may have seen, but like I spoke about my first opponent, he literally just healed his leg, and that was in January that we fought. Yeah, and it was not too long ago, and he actually sent me a video the other day saying that it's open again and it's leaking. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, if you don't take care of your wounds and shit, like, yo, you're pretty fucked. Even if you do take care of them, there's still a higher risk of it getting infected. Or like, see here, for my last fight, my leg, it's still a bit soft. I'm a tad bit worried about my fight coming up, but it should be okay. But yeah, so recovery time just takes fucking ages, man. It's the heat, the humidity, all that stuff put together, and it's not like back home. You have to take everything mad serious. Do I have any guilt from leaving? Short answer, no. Long answer, fuck no. Simple as that. What's your favorite thing to do in your spare time besides training? You know what, bro? Like, my guilty pleasure is playing my Nintendo Switch. I used to be like a big gamer. I went into a big game programmer. That's what I studied at university. So games have had a heavy like part of my life. But when I went to uni, and I started to compete in breaking, started pushing for that, found entrepreneurship, I kind of didn't really get to dive into gaming as hard as I wanted to. But then when I came here, I bought a Switch because I knew the journey was going to be long, this, that, and the third. Didn't want to get the normal Mario games that everybody freaking gets. So I did some digging into what games the Switch has, and yo, it's got some old gems, bro, from back when I was a kid. One game that I'm playing now, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and it's got the complete edition. So with the water parks and the zoo thing as well. And yo, I've been banging it, bro. I've been getting like entrepreneur, like, which is like the highest like rank on every level. So yeah, when I'm pretty slumped, done with the day, finished my editing, done all that stuff, and I've got nothing else to do, I'll go to my boys' weed shop, which we'll go to a bit later, smoke up and bang some fucking Nintendo Switch. So yeah. Alright, so boom. Before we answer some more of your questions, I've got some itchy feet. I want to show you the second weed spot that I found. The place where I got my first bike. Let's ride.
Found dead in the trunk. Fake the funk and get found dead in the trunk. Fake the funk and get found dead in the trunk. Fake the funk and get found dead.
When I first landed here last year in Koh Phangan, I was in an emotional daze. Didn't even know where I was. Well, I knew I was in Thailand, but I didn't even know what I was doing here. It was around the time that weed just became legal here in Thailand. I grabbed the scooter and I went for a ride, and I stumbled across this shop. It had dope as fuck muscle bikes in the front. And yo, I was feeling sorry for myself big time. So I did something mad spontaneous. I emotionally bought a bike, and goddamn, I learned so much from that experience. Learned how to ride a manual bike, learn the basics of bike mechanics. I learned how to and how not to fall off your bike. And I sadly learned that bike exhaust and your skin, they don't exactly mix together too well. Anyways, what more do you want to know? Okay, so the next question is, what way would you recommend for someone to make a living in Thailand if they weren't necessarily tech savvy? So my answer to this is pretty simple. You guys need to start thinking locally. Yeah, start thinking the local economy. The economy is now global, so the internet is your friend. So you not being tech savvy limits a hell of a lot of things. If I didn't understand technology, me coming out here and doing the same thing, right, coming out here and fighting, I'll truly be fighting for my life. Do you know what I'm saying? The fact that I understand technology and being able to leverage it in the way that I have is that I can live this life without having to, live that life, if you know what I'm saying. So I would say the following, yeah? You need to choose a skill, a valuable skill. That could be coding, video editing, trading, whatever, bro. There's loads of skills that you can have, right? And get super dope at it. Get very, very good. Then, in the process of getting good, try to solve problems, yeah? Try and solve problems in that industry, in that community or whatnot, and try to solve those problems. You solve those problems, enough people will pay for it and you will get paid. You know what I'm saying? So there's many ways that you can make money, but stop thinking it in the short term. How can I get a job? You can do that, but you're going to be earning time money if you come here, and it really isn't a lot. Like, a lot of the Thai wages are like 10,000 a month, which is like 200 and something a pound a month. You know what I'm saying? So You know, like, yeah, if you want to live good, then you're gonna need to start using this a bit more. You know what I'm saying? What's the biggest difference between UK and Thailand training? Yo, the biggest difference that I would say is the lifestyle. Yeah, when you train in the UK, it's you're going to training. Here in Thailand, it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you live at the gym, you train at the gym, you spend all your time here at the gym. There's never really, the environment is extremely frictionless, meaning that there's not really much space for you to be lazy or for you to slack off, because everybody around you is pushing. There's always someone on it, even on days off, even on Sundays, someone's trading, somebody's doing something, you know what I'm saying? And being in that sort of environment, like, it really, I didn't really train too much Muay Thai in the UK, but I trained a lot of breaking for like 14 years, and it's pretty much the same as martial arts training. You have to train like a lot, very consistently. It's very difficult movement. There's a bunch of guys you pushing for the same thing. But I would say the difference is here, like, before, when I was in the UK, like, we'd make a deal out of going to training, or I train 2 times a week, I train 2 times a week. It's like, it's expected, like, here to train every day. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, they look at you weird, like, yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? You know? So yeah, I'll definitely say that the environment is so frictionless, bro. Like, if you want to turn into a monster, come here, bro, because you ain't got a choice. Pretty much. My visa status, I'm out on an education visa. Do I keep borderline? I'm gonna do a whole video on this shit, and it will be very soon, because I've managed to stay here almost a year now. Yeah, I'm currently on an education visa, I was learning Thai language, and then I moved on to cooking. That's what I'm doing now. And I'm gonna get a visa in Thai massage as well to extend. So that's currently what I'm doing. I'm doing my first border run in like next month. I'm gonna be going to Vietnam, so that's gonna be cold. Ho Chi Minh City. And yeah, I'm gonna make a whole video on it because there's a lot to dive into. But if you want to know a bit more about how to stay in Thailand long term, jump in the Discord. We've got just jump in this, ask a couple questions. We've got a couple people in there who've done it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Done a lot of border runs, stayed in Thailand for longer than I have. So yeah. Hey yo, some good questions, you know. Now we're gonna head to my latest find, and this for sure is where you want to go to end your day. Trust me.
En oerhört besvär. Oerhört.
Almost a year here in Thailand and working on this channel, I really found a solid daily routine that enables me to both be productive and have sound mental health. And a big part of my day is my daily cool down. Come down here to Koh Phangan Ganja and chill with the homie Da. Bang some games, smoke up, and just chill. It enables me to express some gratitude. Gratitude for the fortunate position that I am in right now. Big thanks to you, man, for showing all that support and love. Now, let's wrap up these questions. How do you use failures, setbacks, and disappointments constructively? Okay, for me, I always see life in yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? For as much pain as we suffer, we have equal and opposite amount of joy and amount of success. But you have to just endure through that pain, and that's the way that I see life. So the situation that brought me here to spontaneously come to Thailand and start this channel was born out of some really negative, the lowest part of my life, 100%. And instead of me sinking deeper into that low, I take that low, look for something positive to take out of it, remove myself from that environment and focus just on that positive. And sure, it's hard, it's a very hard thing to do. But if you keep your focus on that positive, all of the negative will fall away. Because with that focus on the positive, you have to rid yourself of the negative to get to that positive. And you stay working towards that each time, you can turn anything into a positive, yo. So it's about grit, it's about endurance, and it's about focus, you know what I'm saying? Okay, next question. How do you deal with pre-fight nerves? Like, this one's a bit unique for me personally, just because of my experience with breaking. I've been competing for about 10 years now. I've been dancing for like 14, but I started competing when my first year of uni, and I've battled hundreds and hundreds of times. In terms of my raw experience competing, it's the same amount as the Thais, you know. And for me, I don't get nervous because I understand that it's a performance, and I've done the work. I understand what it makes up of, you know what I'm saying? Like, the more that you do, the less that you feel nervous about doing it because you know that you can do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just a numbers game. For you to get comfortable doing things you're uncomfortable with, you just got to do it a fuck ton of times, you know? So it's as simple as that. I see fighting and dancing as the same thing, and because of that framing, I don't treat it any differently, so I don't get nervous. The more time I'm excited to show what I've learned and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, and the last question, how do you overcome complacency and laziness? For me, I despise laziness. I've been in a situation where I haven't really had a privilege to be lazy for most of my life. If I was lazy, then I would lose out on a lot of opportunities that were very hard for me to come across. I'd be in situations which would be very undesirable, so I knew I just had to keep on moving and to work hard. But to kind of translate that over to practical steps for you, man, you guys have to have a really deep why, a reason as to why you're doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be doing it, oh, I want some money, or I want to be famous, or I want to look cool. Like, your why needs to be bigger than you, your purpose needs to be bigger than you, because it'll push you through the times when you don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to work all the time, regardless of your feelings. Fuck your feelings don't mean shit, you know? But if you have a why that's more important than your feelings, then you won't be lazy. If you don't, then yeah, you'll procrastinate all the time, because feeling good is more important than making that money and impressing that person you don't really give a shit about, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, love. Yo, so before I go, I have one more question that's been asked. I've mentioned before, in live calls and chats that we've had in the Discord, that Just Torrell isn't exactly just Torrell. Sure, the content is made all by me, but for this all to run as a unit, including the Discord, the challenges, the website, Just Fight, seminars, and much, much more, there are other dope people to make this all possible. The question that was asked was, what do all the people behind the scenes do, and how many of them are there? First up, we have Dom and Young, subscribers who got super active in the Discord, consistent with the challenges and just showed mad growth, so I reached out to them. Next up, we got John. I already spoke about him in the previous video, so I'm not going to repeat myself too much, but he subscribed to my Patreon when it opened, and since then we've been working super closely together. I taught him how to edit like me, my productivity framework, and many, many other things. And now he's helping me with my short form content so I can get more stuff out to you guys. Next up, we got Rawka, a good friend of mine from the b-boy scene. And last but most definitely not least, Big Rudy. Rudy has a special place in my heart. He jumped in my Discord when it first launched and basically applied for a job that wasn't even advertised. He took mad initiative. He sent me a video explaining that he wants to help and what he can do for me. I saw his hunger, and honestly, I saw the younger version of me in him. So I took a chance, and by far this was the best decision that I have made for this channel. Long story short, he ended up moving out here, and he's been my right-hand man in the development and growth of both this channel and this community. Know that these guys, they're just like you, enjoyed my content and then offered some value, and now they're a big part of the team. Shout out to them fucking warriors, yeah?